important.
I will, man.
And then talk about the stories of the three sisters.
And the story of it was so clean over there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Exactly. Is that enough?
Yeah, there'll be a couple of other little stories, you know.
Sounds good.
Talking about Blackson, Wentworth and Lawson, you know,
Yep.
they came over the mountain. It is a bit of a Wongal woman from the Durrock Nation in the Hawkesbury
Yep.
that guided these
Was it?
over the mountains.
We'll leave you to it.
All right. So it's rolling, is it?
You're rolling.
Okay. So if you want to stand maybe here,
Yeah.
and then you can move over here, and you can move anywhere around this line.
So you'll turn me on, eh?
You're on now.
Am I?
Go.
I would like to say good morning to all. My name's Greg Sims. I'm I'm a Gundungurra man where we are today, Gundungurra and Durrock country. And I'd like to acknowledge elders past and present. And where I'm standing now, I'm looking at the three sisters are behind me. But I'd just like to give a welcome in the language of the Gundungurra nation, and then I'm going to give a welcome in Durrock. I would like to say Yarangi, Yangaboga Mandajeni, Gundungurra, Nunangulan Marangariji, Yarangi, Kolakatang Boral. Thank you and welcome, and on behalf of the Gundungurra people, we welcome you onto Gundungurra land. Tiari Mara, Daraka Pemal, Kawi Maria Pem the Galariki Bobona, Panamana Waranang, Naidesi guy, Diana Gamini Dadalang, the Galariki Tiari, the Galariki the Gami guy, Gully Winnie Gunagal Dagunagal, Dala Lowy Mugakat Balanagami, this is Lowy near Trim Gunagal, Jammy Tiari, the Galariki or the Jomana. Mediga Garang Barak Nina Daraka Pemal. Did we go? This is Durrock land, the land of our ancestors. The spirits still walk among us. Spirits that have been here since the dream time. Our language and our culture have been passed down from generation to generation to continue an unbroken culture that has extended for thousands of years. In the language of our people, we welcome you to Gundungurra and Durrock lands. Thank you. And as you can see, the three sisters, you get a different versions of these three sisters. And one of the versions I was told was these three women were promised to three men. But they did the wrong thing. They went off and they found other men. And what the elders did, the clever men, they turned them into stone. Now, when we look at Aboriginal culture and the things that how we do things in our culture, things we can do, what we can't do, foods we can eat and what we can't eat, it's the same thing in the Muslim community. Muslim culture is similarities to Durrock and Gundungurra. Now, as you can see on the other side here, you can see it all washed down, all nice and clean along the cliff face. What happened was, back in the dream time, when the rainbow serpent came through from Lithgow, up around the other side of Lithgow, came through, and he made the rivers. He made the winding rivers. And what followed him behind was the Guttunguts, the giant eel. And what he would do is use the tail on top of the water, and he'd spray the water all over the cliff face. And that's why it's so clean on the other side for what the giant fish did when he hit his tail on top of that water and made the water spray out. So that's what has happened there. And when we look at the Gundungurra nation, our nation goes from here in Katoomba all the way down to Goulburn. Now when we look at going down through here, the Cox's River, that goes right down, and part of it's around where it goes through the Burragong Valley, through these mountains. And what we have, down at Warragamba Dam, where we have a big dam, and because of all our water, Sydney water comes from the Gundungurra nation, goes right through from our rivers into the dam to go down into Sydney to supply the whole of Sydney with water. But when you go down towards Camden, at the Burragong Valley down there, where my grandmother was born, she was born in the Burragong Valley back in the. And what we so that's a little bit of history of my people here in the mountains. And as you can see, that when we look at the Darug Nation, it goes from north of the Wiseman Ferry all the way down way the other side of Liverpool, up in the Blue Mountains around Mount Victoria, and all the way down to Sydney Cove. And within that Darug Nation we have 35 tribes. Now the thing is that when Blaxland, Wentworth and Lawson crossed the Blue Mountains, it was a Darug woman that guided them over the mountains. It is a Buddha Wongal Darug woman from the Hawkesbury, from the kangaroo and long-necked turtle people. She's the one that brought them up here through the mountains, but at the same time she would have to got permission through some of the Gundungurra tribal people to pass through, even though it's part of Darug. So she had to let them know who she was and why she was here and what the white men were doing with her. So when they got over the mountain, people say Blaxland, Wentworth and Lawson, our explorers, were the first white people to go over the mountain. But that's not so. So when these men got over the mountains, they found there was white people living in Aboriginal tribal areas. So I assume there would have been convicts that escaped from the ships, and they ended up over the mountains living with Aboriginal people. So they were all already there when Blaxland, Wentworth and Lawson crossed the mountains. But the thing is, there's a lot of history up here, and I don't know that much about the history, but I can just tell you just that little bit about who I am, and because our totem up here is the water dragon lizard. We are the Bidjiwong people, the water dragon lizard, so that's our totem. And that stops, having totems, it stops us from inbreeding with other people. If I come across a water dragon lizard, a woman that is a water dragon lizard from South Australia or north, right up north, I can't get involved with her because she's a water dragon lizard. So that's what it is, how it is in our culture. We can't marry into our own totems. So this is Aboriginal culture, and the thing is, I would like to learn a little bit more about the Gundungurra country, because it's a very significant place, and we have tourists come. We have tourists come out here every day of the year, every day, to visit this significant place. It's very strong. You can feel the energy out here. It's unbelievable. But the best time to feel that energy would be in the evening when the sun starts to go down, where the energy starts to get stronger and stronger. But you know, we've had a lot of things happening in the mountain. People are not listening to the right people. They're getting lost in the bush. They're falling off cliff faces. They're not learning nothing. So the thing is, the country could be your best friend, or it could be your worst enemy. And we need to know a little bit more about the bush, because the bush can kill us or it could save us. So that's just about all I have to say now, for now. So I might just leave it there, and if I find out a little bit more about the sacred country up here, then I will talk a little bit more about it later on.
That's great. Thank you. Done.
Thanks, Uncle. I'll pause this one. We can have a chat. 12 camera